Hey everyone. Before we start the show, we honestly would be remiss if we did not acknowledge the passing of Daphne. Um, Daphne was a trailblazer in WCW, and she was also in TNA. Before the Pages, before the Gigi Dollins, before the Shotzi Blackhearts, there was Daphne. Before actually doing the show, I had something written, and honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Just to be
Right.
completely transparent, it's too personal, especially being that you know September is Suicide Prevention Month, and I think the best thing that I can honestly say is that you are always worthy of living. You are loved, and you are not alone. And going forward, we will have the suicide prevention hotline posted in the description box wherever you do find us. It is something that's really important, especially to me. And for those who are not able to see it, the phone number in the United States is 1-800 273 8255. They are available 24/7 whenever you need them, or you could go to the website, which is suicidepreventionhotline.org. Um, One last thing before we do officially start the show, Daphne, you you are loved. You were loved. It's hard saying it in the past tense, and I hope you're at, or we hope you are at the peace that you wanted, and safe travels. And just before we do officially begin the show, we're going to go ahead and salute Daphne how we should, and that is with a 10 bell salute. And we hope you join us with honoring Daphne in this way, whether you are listening to us or whether you're watching this live. Thank you.
Thank you.
Scream on, Daphne.
Go for the pin. Go for the pin.
Go for the Pin Wrestling Review Show. Mikey Q and King V.
Go for the pen.
Have a nice day every day, and
Go for the pen. The pen.
Go for the pin.
Weekly wrestling review show. Keep killing it.
Everybody, welcome to Go for the Pin. And if you missed our opening of the show, we had to do a 10 bell salute for Daphne. I am Mikey Q. Welcome to Go for the Pin. As I said, episode 58, All Out Fallout. I am joined by King B.
King V, aka Chrisette Michelle McCool, and I am in the building.
Yes. You know who else is in the building? My boy Jonathan Prophet in the house. And John actually said, well said from the heart, the way it's supposed to be. Yep, I couldn't have said it better. I let V, take the lead on that. I couldn't have put it any better than that. Tonight we do have a lot to speak on. right?
Yes.
A lot to speak on. One, wow, All Out just happened this past weekend. We would definitely get there. I've been waiting to talk about this since it aired, so I'm really excited about that. We do apologize for not being on last night. Life happens, but we are here tonight. We're here and we
Yeah.
are live.
Life. Wow. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Life
Life
happens.
happens. Yeah, yeah.
Sure does.
Anyway, before we get to All Out, we have to talk a little bit about some WWE things. Yes, we do. So I think the last time we was on, we left. We didn't talk about Dynamite yet, but we'll talk about Dynamite from last week and this week, all in the AEW talk. So we will get to all of that. But I guess we should probably cover some WWE things first. But first off, did you hear about Triple H today?
I did.
Yeah. I guess he had like heart surgery or something to that
Yeah, it
extent.
was. They said it was a cardiac event, and
Yeah.
I don't know what they mean by that specifically. That
Right.
can mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
But speedy recovery to him.
Definitely.
Prayers, of course.
Definitely, like, wow. But yeah, so we wish Triple H well. And speedy recovery, like V said. But all right, so let's get to Friday Night SmackDown and work our way through, unless there's anything that I missed from Impact this past week.
I didn't get a chance to watch Impact.
You didn't watch
so
Impact? Okay.
I didn't get a chance to.
Okay. I mean, I don't think anything crazy happened on Impact. Like I said, I watch Impact. Impact's a good show. But if you missed it, it's like you didn't really miss that much. So and whatever. It looks like they're going. I did see that it looks like they're going with Mickey and Deonna Purrazzo. It looks like that's what is going to happen somewhere down the line in NWA maybe, or in Impact. Who knows? So we'll see. I am down for that anywhere. So yeah. Okay. Let's get to Friday Night SmackDown first and foremost here. Let's get the SD live on there. All right. So I don't know if I want to go through the whole show, but the show opened with the Usos versus the Street Profits, but it ended in a disqualification, I guess, with the Usos.
I guess so.
I guess, right? I guess the Usos were disqualified.
I believe they were. I do want to highlight one thing from that match.
Okay.
Holy shit, that frog splash.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Montez
Man. It makes no. The man is an athlete.
He is. I always thought that RVD probably had one of the best frog splashes in the business until I saw her like
Montez. And that's no slight to RVD because he has his frog splash is famous, but
yeah, he gets high.
But Montez, I see, but I got, but Montez like literally moves in the air. I'm pushing past towards it.
Yeah,
but Montez literally moves in the air, and I'm just like, what kind of fucking aerodynamic? Like, thank you.
Montez Ford is an astronaut as a hobby. Yeah, I'm with you, definitely. Because it's not normal. But yeah, Montez is a sick athlete. I mean, credit to him. Yeah, so I guess that's gonna continue. All right, cool. Brock Lesnar called Paul Heyman. And Paul has Brock Lesnar's theme song as his ringtone,
which is
for
funny.
him. That's hilarious. But anyway, so yeah, okay, cool. We had a promo from Becky Lynch. Okay, Becky comes to the ring and she's still getting a massive ovation. Despite her, I guess, kind of turning heel slowly. Because even when she came out there, she's like slapping hands with the fans. Yeah. But you know what? I like Becky's promo. I'm going to go on record and say I like Becky's promo. Becky came out there and says, last week I came out here and I didn't get any "you deserve it" chants. And, I thought that was hilarious because they started a very weak "you deserve it" chant. And it's a heel thing to do. It's a very heel thing to do, and a heel thing to say. What? No, you deserve a chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, Becky, we're not shitting. You deserve it. But she
No,
was being,
because you don't.
but she was being
Sorry.
sarcastic, you know, about
Yeah.
it, which I thought was funny. And then she said that, you know, listen, I was ready. If you're a champion, you got to be ready. Bianca wasn't ready. Like, it is what it is. That happens, you know. And she said that Bianca shouldn't be like complaining about, you know, her losing a title in 26 seconds or whatever. Give me 1 second to read this. John said whoever wrote Brock's theme as his ringtone as part of the story deserves a 3 count. Great seed planning. Yeah, I agree. I thought that
Yeah.
was awesome. I thought that was
great.
awesome. There was more great character work between Roman and Paul later on in the show, but we'll get there. But yeah, so Bianca comes out there and says, listen, that's not my style to try to bring down another woman, you know. I am who I am, you know, and at the end of the day, I'm not blaming anybody for my loss. Like, so because Becky was trying to say that she being Bianca, pronouns pal, that she blamed, you know, somebody for her losing, and you know, Bianca cleared that up, and then Bianca said, all right, well, listen, Roman's defending his title tonight. Why don't you put the strap on the line? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why don't you put the title on the line? And Becky's just like, listen, I don't care what Roman's doing. That has nothing to do with me. Which I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I would say too. Maybe that's the heel side of me, but that's exactly what I would say too. Like, I don't care if Roman's defending the title. Like, what does that have to do with me? My answer is no. And Becky said no and took her leave, and she said she'll fight her when she feels like it. What did you think about this segment and Becky's promo and Bianca's promo?
I heard a little bit of booze for Bianca, just a little bit
At first, but then when she came out there,
she was able to turn it around. She was able to turn it around. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say before I forget, like Becky had this line in her promo where she said that, you know, you call yourself the EST to distract everybody from the truth, and the truth is that you just don't have the experience and you made a rookie mistake. Like I thought those were I like I said, if I'm Becky, yes, those are all the things I would say. You know, so I thought that Becky's promo was on point. I just wanted to say that before I forgot that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, what were you saying?
I mean, you know, I did like that Bianca was able to still, you know, turn around the little boost that she got, and they started, you know, cheering for her.
Yeah.
And it still proves that, you know, Bianca is still over. So hopefully this momentum for Bianca doesn't like die out. But I'm hoping for the best and expecting the worst. So, yeah.
Okay. We had a backstage with Tony Storm. Tony Storm finally is on the show. And it was with Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm laughing because, you know, I usually spend my time, but I'm usually on Black Wrestling Twitter.
Yeah.
And the names that we have, well, not we, the names that they come up for Dolph Ziggler is hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen some of it.
Yeah, you've seen me retweet it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's funny. It's hilarious.
Heartbreak Mid was hilarious.
That is my favorite one.
Heartbreak Mid.
I was like, I mean, well, you know, well,
don't do that to Dolph. Nick.
I also participated and called him Mr. WrestleMania pre-show, but I
thought that wasn't that Ryback? All right, well, that's all another story. Ryan Reeves. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm just saying he used to walk around with a singlet that said pre-showstopper, which I thought was hilarious. Instead of showstopper, pre-showstopper. I thought that was hilarious because they kept putting Ryback on the pre-show.
I mean, well, you're never mind. Anyway, moving forward.
Yeah. So anyway, we had Rick Boogs versus Dolph Ziggler. Rick Boogs gets the win. Cool.
I mean, duh.
Yeah. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins again. Cesaro gets disqualified. So 2 disqualifications on the show. I guess so you get disqualified by using a chair in defense. Like he didn't actually use the chair. Like he didn't hit Cesaro with the chair. He kind of picked it up when Cesaro was going to give him an uppercut on the floor. But I guess that's enough for. Nope, that's too violent. DQ. You know.
Ring the bell.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's dumb, but whatever. I get it. After the match, Seth tried to attack Cesaro with a chair before Edge makes the save. So at least Cesaro has one friend, and it looks like we are getting Edge versus Seth Rollins again, which I kind of predicted before their SummerSlam match, even though I was wrong on a person that was going to win. I said Seth Rollins was going to win the first one, and Edge was going to win the second one. But let's see what John says. WWE is turning into the land of rematch and disqualification tours. They've been doing that, John. They've been doing that like for years now. It's like you watch Raw every week, it's the same matches. We'll get there. Like every now and then they switch it up, but for the most part, I feel like I'm watching a rerun every week. Yeah. Like with
it's like watching your favorite no, I can't even say your favorite episode. Watching that specific episode of the show that you like, but that very, very mid episode is like watching.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect articulation of Monday Night Raw. But so okay, so we get some more backstage with Roman and Paul. And Paul says that Brock Lesnar had a message for Roman Reigns. And he says he'll be at Madison Square Garden this week on Friday Night SmackDown. No, I will not be attending the show. I have other plans, but I'm sure it'll be a good show. It's Madison Square Garden.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I mean, it's SmackDown and it's Madison Square Garden. So, like, yeah, my hopes are a little bit higher for this show. It's SmackDown at least. Yeah, but yeah, so
oh, he no-sold it. Okay. You know-sold it. It's fine. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'll catch it on the replay. All right, but anyway, so so anyway, Roman says to Paul, "How do you know he's going to be at Madison Square Garden?" And Paul goes, he told me. Why does he have your number? You know, he's had it for years. He hasn't called me in over a year. So again, Paul, how do you know he's going to be at Madison Square Garden? How do you know he's not here tonight? Like, I thought that all of that was good. And then Roman's just like, interesting. And he just kind of pondered. And then we went to black. I thought that was cool. I thought the stuff with Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns was good. Happy Corbin is with Logan Paul.
You was going to say Paul London. Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a Paul London reference, right? But yeah, anyway, I hope Paul London's doing okay. I haven't heard from him in a while. Anyway, yeah, so Logan Paul was out there with Happy Corbin and they beat up Kevin Owens, and yeah, why? Don't know, but we get more of Logan Paul on our television show.
It's not good.
Yeah. We got Carmella and Liv Morgan for literally 10 seconds on camera. We got.
Go ahead. Okay. All right. What the fuck? Like, Carmella's like with her Beyonce fan, and Liv is like, "Are you serious?" Okay, Liv's reaction was funny because that was literally me. Because I literally said that. I literally said that before she said, "Seriously?"
Well, yeah, seriously. Oh. Don't want that feedback there. Okay. Yeah, I was connected, guys. We're live here, pal.
We're live, pal.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So that happened, and then we had Sami Zayn versus Dominic Mysterio again. Okay, and then we had the Universal Championship match. We had Roman Reigns defending against Finn Balor. Before the match, the Bloodline attacked. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of the Bloodline, Naomi was trying to get Sonya's attention again.
It's happening.
And so, of course it is. And Sonya blew her off again. Like, yeah. Come talk to me in the garden. We're in the garden next week, right? Come see me in the garden. Like, what?
If they have Naomi turn heel at the garden, do it.
Could happen.
Do it. Yeah. That's a great place for it to happen. Great place for it to happen. Like, if it's gonna happen, have it happen in the garden.
I agree. So Before the match, the Bloodline attacked Finn Balor. Balor refused medical attention. Street Profits made the save and chased the Usos out of the arena. And Jonathan says heel Naomi is gonna be epic. Yeah, I agree. This time around,
I think this time around is going to be it.
yes. If they let her be her fully, you know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing. Okay. So it was a good back and forth match. I thought this was a really strong main event. Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship. No surprise there. But they did something cool. Finn hits the coup de grace on Roman Reigns. And Roman did what he was doing in the past, where he kicks out and he accidentally hits Finn Balor in the balls. And I thought that was great because on the first shot, you didn't see it.
I didn't see it. That's the thing. I did not see it.
They showed the replay, and I was like, "Oh, you son of," you know what I'm saying? Like, and Roman, because that happened, Roman was able to put the guillotine in, and Finn Balor passed out. I think he passed out. He didn't tap out. So yeah. And that was yeah.
As Roman was leaving.
Yeah, go ahead.
As Roman was leaving, it kind of went dark, and then you saw a heartbeat flash of red light.
Oh yeah, we did.
At first, I thought it was a botch. I'm like, damn, y'all fucking up already. And then I was like, the demon.
I thought that was cool. I almost missed it too. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was a good touch.
It was.
So we're definitely gonna get Demon Finn Balor and Roman. I think he's gonna bring out the demon. Yeah, might as well. Yeah,
because I think we're gonna wait for Brock and Reigns. You know, somewhere.
Finn's not winning. Sorry.
Finn's not winning, but I think this will be the Demon's first loss. But you know,
yeah.
And that was SmackDown.
I
enjoyed it. I thought SmackDown was cool for the most part. I didn't enjoy all of it, but the strong main event, the Roman stuff is always on point for the most part. Finn and Roman had a great match to close the show. I'm digging it. I like the Bianca and Becky stuff, and Becky will sign that contract to face Bianca at Extreme Rules at Madison Square Garden. I'm already gonna probably rate it a little bit lower because I hate contract signings. This week. Well, next week is when we'll be reviewing. So yeah, next week I'm probably gonna. We got to talk about that, but we'll talk about that later on. But yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But anyway, I give SmackDown a 2 count. I don't know what V rates it, but I give SmackDown.
I'm gonna agree.
Okay. And Jonathan, if you're still in the comments, you can tell us, or anybody that's watching or listening on all of the various places, that you can listen or watch, you can comment as well. Let's see. Oh, that was pretty quick. All right. So Jonathan says 2 count. All right. 2 count across the board here. Yeah. I thought it was cool. I thought SmackDown was fine. I definitely enjoy SmackDown more than Raw, but that's not really saying much. Okay. So let's get to what I think we all really want to talk about here.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Here's something that you would really enjoy.
All right. So let's do it. AEW. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, so here's the thing.
Yes, you did. Okay.
AEW.
Yeah.
AEW is what Jonathan say. Yep. Let's get to it. All right. All Out was this past Sunday. And boy, did they go all out.
Listen.
They gave us everything. They literally gave us everything. Anything that you got.
No, you finish.
Yeah, I was just gonna say anything that you could think of, is this person gonna show up? Oh, is this gonna happen? Yes, yes.
Man.
Yes. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. So, let's just go to the show. So on the buy-in, it started with a 6-person, an 8-person tag, I think. 8-man tag. It wasn't, because it was, 8-man tag. You had the HFO versus the I'm gonna try this again.
Okay.
The HFO and the Hybrid 2 versus Jurassic Express and Best Friends. This was fun. You know, I'm
Yeah.
only covering it because it was a really fun match.
Yeah, and they knew better than to switch the women's match and put that on the actual show. But we'll get there later.
I think, but I think the reason they did that is because of, and you know what, this isn't the first time they've switched a battle royal and put it on the main show once they have confirmation that certain people are going to be in that battle royal. So I think we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so let's go to the main show. Main show opened up hot. We had for the AEW TNT Championship, we had Miro versus Eddie Kingston. The crowd was hot. The crowd was hot for Eddie. The crowd was hot for Miro. I mean, I knew this was going to be a good show just based on crowd participation in the beginning. Miro had to resort to some dirty tactics there. A low blow to Miro. I mean, excuse me, to Eddie Kingston. And then I think Miro hit a roundhouse kick or the Machka kick, if you will, into a pin, and Miro retains. Did not hurt Eddie in any way here.
Nope.
I thought it was a great opener. Strong opener. Anything you want to add about that?
No. His nuts were checked. Yikes.
All right, so anyway,
he said it at me.
He did. He said redeem these nuts. I know. I heard him on Dark that.
And they were redeemed.
You know what? Excellent storytelling. V just really because Eddie did say that in his promo.
Redeem these nuts.
Kicked in the nuts. Like, wow, that was great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, V? Yeah.
I was like, oh, ouch.
I didn't think of that. Yeah. I didn't think of that.
I was like, well.
All right, so let's keep going. We had Kojima versus John Moxley. This was a good back and forth Japanese strong style match.
Woo.
And John Moxley gets the win. He off the paradigm shift. I thought this was good. That this was really good. Again, strong. But then that wasn't it. After the match, Suzuki, Japanese legend comes out to the ring and has a face off with John Moxley. And I like Moxley. He bows to him real quick and then he punches him in the face, which is I thought was hilarious. And Suzuki, being as crazy as he is, just laughs. He's like, ha. I thought that was great.
You got me.
Yeah. 2-0 for me so far in predictions for last week. Same so far, but then I started getting some wrong, and V was actually right on some of the things I was wrong on. But
I love it. Great.
Oh boy. All right. So
I love being right.
Yeah,
Mike knows that I love being right.
Yeah.
In all aspects of everything.
Okay, so as I was saying, Suzuki lays out Moxley with a God style power driver. Pull it together with a God style power driver.
Yeah.
And we get to the match from this week, and I guess we can talk about it since we're already on AEW. It was Suzuki versus Moxley in the main event in Cincinnati tonight, and it was quick, but it was what it needed to be. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't read. I forgot this one. I'm going on record. Second greatest pay-per-view of all time that I've seen. You know what? Give me some time to think about it as we talk about it some more. But I'm not gonna say that
for the year or
no. I think this is up here for I do think it's up there with one of the greatest wrestling pay-per-views of all time. But I'll get there. I'll get there. Needless to say, I enjoyed the show, but we'll get there. So. I thought the match was what it was on Dynamite. I thought it was good. The crowd heat was there, and Moxley gets the win, and it was cool. I like what they're doing with Moxley. I saw this thing on Twitter, and I think it was actually Sir Wilkins from the Jobber Tears podcast. Shout out to the Jobber Tears podcast. Happy birthday, Janelle. I saw him post something that said they must have asked Moxley, hey Mox, who in Japan do you want to feud with? And Mox must have responded, everybody. So, hey, I thought that was cool. Okay, let's keep going, guys. For the AEW Women's Championship, we had Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Chris Statlander. Another really strong match. Really, really strong match. Not too much outside interference, which I thought is good. I think Britt needs to get clean wins.
Yes.
And Britt, okay, so they was having a great match, but then Britt hits the Panama Sunrise,
Okay.
and
See,
the building erupted.
erupted.
Oh my god, they erupted.
I'm not even gonna acknowledge that twin moment we had, but it's holy shit.
Yeah,
Like when I saw her do this, I was like, "Oh no,
yeah.
she's not." And then she did it. I was like,
I
"Yep,
stood up.
he's here. He's
I
here.
watched
He's
it
here
here in the
tonight.
studio.
He's
Okay.
coming tonight."
Yeah, I watched it in the studio, my living room, and I literally jumped out of my chair. Like I was like, okay. And that's not the only move of Adam Cole. I'm saying, yeah, Adam Cole that was used that night. They also used I think it's I'm gonna mispronounce it. I believe it's the Joshi Karoshi. I'm gonna say it's a Japanese move that he does. It's basically a fireman's carry into a neck breaker across the knee.
Oh,
But
I know what you're talking about. I really don't remember.
Yoshi Garoshi, I think is what I think that's the proper pronunciation.
Sorry, Japan. You're not coming after me. I don't know. I don't know, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it. If anybody knows how to pronounce it or even spell it, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I do. Yeah. But go ahead and just put it in our mentions. It's fine.
Yes.
But
so Britt gets the win after the Panama Sunrise with the lockjaw for the verbal submission. Chris had to, yes, I give up, so I thought this was really good. 3 good matches so far. What did you think?
Yeah, banger after banger after banger. It was good. It was good. It was good. I have nothing bad to say until we get to a certain match, but yeah.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. If that's your, all right, that's your opinion, but we'll get there. All right, so
not bad. I'm not gonna bury.
No.
It's a couple of issues I've had.
We'll get there. 3-0. Yeah. Jonathan says 3-0 from him. All right. Same so far. Until this match. Oh. This is where I messed up.
Here we go.
Right, so for the AEW World Tag Team Championship.
Okay, so we had
a steel cage match. The Young Bucks of the Elite, versus the Lucha. No, it's cool. Versus the Lucha Bros.
Yes.
What a match!
Wow.
I gotta give it to everybody. They went all out. I mean, literally, they.
And pun is intended here.
Yeah. I mean, this had everything you would need in a steel cage match. And I'm gonna be honest. Steel cage matches, like any type of cage type of match, I'm not really that invested in anymore, just because WWE has made it so soft that like I get it. It's to protect the talent, but if you're gonna do it that way, don't even do the match. I don't think there's any reason. At least, okay, if you're gonna do Hell in a Cell, right? It shouldn't be a pay-per-view named Hell in a Cell.
No, thank you.
I think that. I think there's a point to doing these type of matches, but you don't need to, like, when you have a pay-per-view of it, it just waters it down. Same thing with Elimination Chamber, right? And Elimination Chamber is so soft now, like so like when they added the padding to the floor, I'm just like, why even do this? Like, it's supposed to be the most brutal match in wrestling history and all of that other jazz. Like, I'm just like, cut it out, but this steel cage match was the exact opposite. We had blood. We had high spots. We had storytelling. We had wrestling. We had fighting. We had
on the bottom of sneakers.
So the first time I saw the Bucks do that, right? Yeah. They did it to poor Candice LeRae back in PWG. Oh. And I'm telling you, it was a sight. Like, Candice, and excuse me if I'm gonna get a little too graphic, your discretion advised, but like Candice was bleeding bad. Okay, like I'm talking buckets down her face, and it was. And you know what? People are not going to talk about that match because of who her tag team partner was at the time in PWG. I'm not going to say it, but
fuck him.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say who it is. You guys can, everybody that's watching or listening to the show probably knows who it is, but
fuck him.
yeah. But Candace was the last person I saw take that thumbtack boot, to the face. They did a thumbtack boot to the face spot, which was cool. And I haven't seen that in so many years. Like AEW wasn't even, in existence back then. Like I said, we had
how tough
everything.
she is.
Yeah, no, that's why. That's a whole nother story. I'm not gonna get into Candice LeRae in NXT right now, but yeah, Candice LeRae from the Indies. Oh my god. Anyway, this was crazy. I mean, you had Phoenix doing a crossbody off the top of the cage. You had all your force finishes that you would expect, but in the end, the super kick party came to an end.
Yeah.
Nick and Matt are no longer the AEW tag team champions.
Look at God the Father.
It is now the Lucha Bros. You know what? After they did that big angle last week where all of the baby faces got laid out pretty much, like I was really reconsidering my my pick, because I'm like, man, the Lucha Bros kind of have to win here, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna stick by my word, and I did. And yeah. What did you think about this?
Man, I think that was one of the best tag team matches that I've seen in some time. And I'm gonna put that out there. That I've seen in some time. And it had the ending that I wanted.
Yeah.
Because you know how I feel about the Young Bucks. But they put on a banger.
Yeah.
That was good. It was good from beginning, from bell to bell. It was
exactly.
Good. It was not slow. It didn't slow down. It didn't like lag a little bit. It's like, okay, this is the rest portion of the match. No. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What a match. I think that was one of the best steel cage matches I've ever seen. I'm going on record right now. Like, especially a tag team steel cage match.
Really?
Name a better one. name some better ones, and I'll tell you if like how I feel about those. Like, if you can think about that. But
get back to me towards the end of the show. I'm really have to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't say it was the best, but I think it is up there with one of the best steel cage matches that I've seen. Because, like I said, steel cage matches are now, they're just so watered down and just so soft. Like, so I mean, there's been some good ones lately. Like, I remember Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, I think last year sometime when Kevin was feuding with Roman. I think that was really good. That was a really
that was really good.
Wasn't better than this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it just wasn't.
Jonathan said, I compare this match to the old TLC matches with Edge and Christian, Dudley's, and Hardy's. Yeah, I mean, it's a different type of match though, but yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely up there. Said this match gave you everything. Totally agree. Like 150%. Let's keep going here. So we had the Casino Battle Royal. Sheeta was out first.
Yeah.
And then Sky Blue, and then I'm probably not gonna get to everybody, but my girl Kiera Hogan was eliminated really, really quickly, and I was really upset about that. I didn't want to watch the rest of the match, but that's my personal bias.
So a couple of things. This was the match that I had issues with. Yeah, this was the match I had issues with.
Oh, okay, all right.
So. Okay. Kiera Hogan, she's not officially signed yet, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I will let you know.
Okay, I get the quick elimination because she's not signed yet, I guess. But big
hold
swole.
that thought. Correction. WWE steel cage matches are watered down. AEW is giving you what you want. Yeah, that's exactly what I was inferring, that WWE's cage matches are watered down, but 100%. Yeah. Go ahead, V. I'm sorry.
But it just there's so many good people in here. Some people that I'm just now being introduced to. Kiera Hogan getting eliminated fast. you know, when
Bullshit.
you're
Alright.
you're a black talent, I expect it. But anyway, unless you're Nyla Rose,
I think it has more to do with the
who
fact she's
is
not
black.
signed, but
I mean, but yeah, but yeah.
yeah.
But I'll get to representation. How some of y'all tried to come at my neck later. I didn't like how Jade Cargo got eliminated as quickly as I think Jade Cargo and Nala Rose. I think the final four should have been Jade, Nala, Thunder Rosa, and the person I'm gonna get to. I was very excited to see. A lot of good spots. You know, Tay Conti, who is over.
Yeah,
who would have, you
rightfully
know,
so. She's been working hard over the last year.
when people are looking at her time at NXT and see her now in AEW, I think we said this before. You sit here like, damn, who would have thought? But
1 second. Did anyone peep the AJ Lee skip that the Bunny did? Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but it is AEW. I mean,
you
Bunny does that skip though, like, or
she
Ali, I
does,
should say, she does that. Like, she's doing that before Punk got there. So,
yeah,
I mean,
she
it
does,
could
she
be a
does.
nod.
But
Could be a nod to
it
AJ,
could be a nod, but
I
I
don't
think
know.
Punk already shut that down, saying that her neck is too bad for her to even think about returning. So I don't think that's going to happen. As much as I would love for it to happen, her health comes first, and I would rather her not do that.
Yeah.
But getting to the Joker.
Yes.
Of the Battle Royal. Destination AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Formerly known as Ruby Riott. Also known as Heidi Lovelace.
Yeah.
Ruby Soho made her debut at AEW All Out.
Yep.
I predicted this?
Yeah, you did. You definitely
Question
did.
mark?
No,
Question. I think I did. I was like, is she gonna be there? I referred to it. I'm gonna say that just to keep it safe and fair.
Yeah.
But man, the pop she got.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, I think with Ruby, I think she handled her release and the eventual return to wrestling very well.
Yeah.
As you can see, people around wrestling, all across platforms, all across territories. Who am I, Jim Cornette?
No, that ain't it. Yeah.
That ain't it. But everybody showed love.
Yeah.
Everybody showed love, which goes to show the kind of person that she is inside the ring and outside.
Yeah.
But Ruby Soho comes out, huge pop. I'm very happy. Just watching her face and her just go into the ring. It was just great. The chance that she got, her facing Thunder Rosa, which is a match a match that I didn't think I wanted to see until I saw them two in the ring.
Right.
It was a real good back and forth. I don't know what to call her finisher now. Can't call it the right kick.
So she being Ruby won the match, and then she faced Jamie Hayter tonight as we record this on Dynamite. I don't know. She hit. What is the actual name for that kick? I don't even know what to call it, but
I don't know either. Jonathan says she showed her true self in emotion in the media presser after the show. Yeah, it's hard. Certain people you are just gravitating towards, or even if you've never seen them before, or if you've seen them on one promotion and they're one way, and they can actually be themselves or be the character that they want to be, and you like them even more.
Yeah,
it's just that I'm very happy that she got her moment. I'm very happy that she's gonna be a title contender. I think if anybody wants to dethrone Britt Baker, I think it should be her.
Ruby?
Yeah.
I honestly I think it's gonna be Thunder Rosa. I don't think Ruby's gonna beat Britt, but at least not right now. But
maybe not right now. Because I don't it's just the whole battle royal to Britt pipeline. It's just like, okay, I like Britt. She's very talented, but at this point, it's just like, don't have these people win these battle royals or debut for them to be fed to Brit. Like it's a way that you can do it, but you know, I was about to say TNA. Whoa, AEW has they
Not
are a
that
fairly new company,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna give them a little. I was gonna say I'm gonna give them a little grace, but that Black Rhodes after her comments a couple of weeks ago. But Brandy.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
But but honestly, I think that they can use some work, and I feel like they have the talent. I think they could use a mid card title at least, or maybe some tag titles. They need something. They have a lot of women on the roster, and you can't have them all on fucking Dark. And speaking of Dark, okay, if you have not seen the match between Diamante and
Big
Big
Swole?
Swole,
Yeah.
I suggest that you watch it. Just before I continue, I just want to say this, and I want to say this out loud. Black wrestling draws. That's the hashtag.
Yeah.
But
Look
not
around,
created
man.
by me. I just want to go ahead and say that right now. Not created by me, but Black wrestling draws, and that was a very good match. And Big Swole got the win.
Yes. Well, just ruined it for the people that didn't watch it yet, but
Oh
it's okay.
shit!
It's all right. Hey, we're live, pal.
Spoiler alert: we're live,
right.
pal. I keep forgetting this. I'm so used to me and Mike having these conversations. My bad.
Yeah.
But
So,
no. But
okay.
regardless, watch it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, couple of things
I'm
there.
excited for Ruby.
I am too. Ruby said in her presser that she's never held a title on national TV in her career. Very hard to believe, says Jonathan. Yeah. I'm trying to get to everything before we continue. Ray is in the building. Hey fellas, you did do the show today. Yes. We aired today instead of yesterday. Yeah, so yeah. Ray says, yeah, AEW needs a few mid-card titles. Okay, let me stop right there. Right. Unless we are pushing those titles the same way that we are pushing the other titles that we have, I don't think that we should oversaturate any company with too many titles. I think this is what happened. I think this is exactly what happened with the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. And I shouldn't say we. I knew this was gonna happen. That's why I didn't get too invested when I was one of the people that was against it. And you can you guys can go back to like our older videos. I said that these titles, the women's titles, okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna put them on Sasha and Bailey, and then where do we go? Right? I think they put it on Sasha and Bailey. They lost it at WrestleMania
to the Iconics.
That we was at that show.
Yeah.
And then what did the Iconics do? And I was like kind of, and I love the inspiration.
Yeah.
But what did they do with it? And then WWE just kind of like ruined it, and that was Sasha's whole thing. And she said to Austin, right? She said on Austin's podcast when she was there, she's like, okay, we dropped the titles to the Iconics, and then what? And she said it on the podcast, like, and then what? Okay, did they get over having the titles? Like, did they do anything with the titles?
And they should have.
And Sasha was saying, I'm not saying anything against the Iconics. She's like, I love, at the time she's saying Billy and Peyton, but she said she loved Cassie and Jesse. Damn, I almost forgot Billy's real name. Yeah, sorry, Jesse. But yeah, she has a point. And that was everybody's concern that had a problem with them bringing these women's tag team titles, right? There's already too many titles now. You don't do anything with the women's division that you have, in a singles in a singles program. So why would I even be confident in them doing a tag team division with the women? But that was my gripe. They definitely deserved it. I just didn't think that WWE was going to be able to actually do it correctly. Now, if AEW is able to do this correctly, and I'll let you touch on that in a second, but like if AEW is able to do it correctly, then I'm all for like maybe a women's tag team titles, but that's it. Like no more. Like that's it. A women's tag team titles, that's it. Like you already at that point you'll have a women's tag team title, you have a women's world championship, you'll have the TNT championship, you'll have the men's world title. That's
in the
it.
tag team, in the men's
In the
tag
tag
team.
team, in the men's tag team title.
Yeah.
That's it. Like you don't have to oversaturate it to me.
Yeah,
But
you
go
know,
ahead, dude.
I agree. Which is why I was saying, I was saying tag team and mid card title. Either one honestly would be fine because it make no sense why Big Swole hasn't been the champion. You know, it makes no sense that other women haven't. It makes no sense that other women they built these other women up just to feed to Britt Baker and then put them back on YouTube. You know, and my issue with that is like, okay, you have this YouTube show. You know, some of this could spread over to Dynamite. Some of this could spread over to Rampage. I don't understand why that particular match, and I mean Big Swole and Diamante, wasn't at least
That should have been
on
on Dynamite.
Rampage.
Or Rampage.
That could have main evented Rampage.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it makes no sense because they were actually building a story, and it was
They had a story,
good.
yeah.
And it was good.
Ray says yes. The 3 strikes match with Big Swole was awesome. Yes, I agree.
It was.
And Ray also okay. Wait, Jonathan. Wait, okay. So John, you disagree with not having more titles? I think that's what you was disagreeing to. Just clear that up for me in the comments.
Yeah.
And then also Ray says the Iconics like Charlotte with the main women's title should have been a staple for the women's tag team titles. Yeah, I agree. Okay, and Jonathan says yes. So you think there should be more titles? Like I don't know. I think you water down the titles you have when you have too many titles. I
don't disagree with you saying you don't want to oversaturate the product.
Yeah.
But even that's why I'm leaning more towards the tag team titles for the women in AEW. So at least, there can be some feuds on Dark. There could be feuds on Rampage.
Yeah.
And they have enough women for it. You don't want all of your, or you want to feature enough women. You pride yourself or you state yourself that you want to be a diverse, and I will leave Brandy alone today, but you want to be a diverse, company, and you want to give people chances and stuff like that. And you haven't really been giving us that. And I'm going to give them a little grace, because they are a young company. But, at this point, it's just like, okay, we're in a new age, social media, stuff like that. You see the people that are trending. Swole was trending.
Yeah.
Black wrestling draws was trending. And capitalize over that. Strike while the iron is hot. That's one thing that WWE a lot of times has failed in doing, Naomi.
Yeah.
And it is just like, you have the chance. We're giving you the chance to do it because you yourself said that you were going to be a company that gave people a chance. And so far, you haven't done that. Like, okay, you can name a couple of people. Okay, Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
That's literally the first person I think of, Nyla Rose. And it's like, where's Sunny? I mean, Sunny was on Dark recently.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, where's Sunny? They just signed Lee. I don't want to fuck up his last name, but they just signed him. Finally. Because people have been fighting for him to get signed for months.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to give AEW some grace because they're new. And if they keep delivering like they are and deliver the shit that they were saying in the beginning, can they surpass WWE? TBD. Yeah. But can they be on a similar level?
They have the momentum.
The momentum is there.
Yeah.
You just need to continue to not just give us what we want, but doing it well and doing it organically, and not saying we're going to do an all women's pay-per-view just for the fuck of it and then never do it again because women don't draw. And that's a lie, but I'm going to give them some grace here. I'm going to give them a chance. I'm not going to write them off. I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. I believe in AEW. They've been doing well so far.
Yeah.
I want them to do more.
So okay. Let me read the comments first. Because you guys are great in the comments. You guys always are. AEW needs an intercontinental title. The TNT title should be a low mid card title, a trios
Ooh,
tag team.
shade.
I kind of disagree with that. A trios tag team title, a women's intercontinental title, and a women's tag title. That's too many titles.
See, that is a lot of titles, but if we look at something like this, we can say that the TNT title can be maybe on the same level as the Intercontinental title. That's the work, you want it to be the workhorse title because you are on TV every week, TNT, the channel. But, you are on TV every week. You can use that as the Intercontinental Championship or as an equivalent.
That's what I look at the TNT Championship as, like the same.
And I think it should remain that way.
Yeah.
A low mid card title, I'm not too sure how that would go because what would you call it and who would be eligible for it? I'm not too sure. Now a trios
tag, not like a cruiserweight title or something like that. I'm good on those. Like
a trios tag title is very interesting. Yeah, that's intriguing. Now that's different.
Yeah,
that's definitely different. A women's intercontinental championship and a women's tag title. So that I did bring that up before, but if we want to do something like that, right now with the landscape, a women's tag title would be good. But I'm not too sure what the women's intercontinental championship would look like, or what it would like. What would ensue? And I think that should be like a mid-card title. And I do agree that they should have a mid-card title for women. I don't think we've ever seen that before. I don't think. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But a women's mid-card title for the work.
Not in any major company, no.
Not in any major company. Women are. That sounds wrong. Okay, what I was about to say was going to sound wrong. But you want a title that could show that you are a workhorse too, that you have a future in this business. And I think the women should have that. You fight your way up through dark or whatever, elevation, whatever you want to do it, and you have that mid-card title, and then the person who has the mid-card title, whenever they drop it, they can move on to the women's main event scene. There's a way that you can do it, but you don't want to do it all at once because that's set up for failure. You don't want, and I honestly do not want that for AEW.
Yeah. So Jonathan says AEW has stacked their roster. AEW needs one more mid-card title. The TNT Championship has been solidified as a major title based upon who has held it. I agree. Equivalent to the WCW TV title, we need a belt that holds the same value as an IC or US championship. Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. Let's break this down for a second, right? And then we'll get back into AEW, right? So the reason that WWE has they have the United States Championship and then they have the Intercontinental Championship, right? And then they have, they have the women's tag team titles, and then they have the male's tag team title. And then you have, the world titles and everything like that. You got two separate world titles for one for SmackDown, one for Raw. Same thing with the women. Like the reason they have two separate things is because of the accusation of WCW and ECW from back in the day. Let's remember, right?
Yeah.
WWE didn't always have these many titles.
They did have certain titles back in the day.
They had the hardcore title and
the women's tag team championships did exist in WWE.
Yeah, but I'm talking like that was what in like the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
I think the Jumping Bomb Angels were the last people to hold that title. I think I might be wrong, but they were the last people that held that title.
So yeah, but in the 90s you did have I know you had the European Championship and then you had the Hardcore Championship, which was I think created in 98. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
basically the 24/7 title.
Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So would you guys want like a 24/7 title and with
Oh hell
meaningless?
no.
That's what.
Hell,
But that's
hell to the nitzy no.
but V, that's what I'm
Absolutely not.
saying. So like I hear lower card title and all of this. It's gonna wind up being the equivalent to like the 24/7 title, like where it doesn't
Yeah.
even matter. I want championships to mean something. It's
Mm-hmm.
basically what I'm saying. So as long as the championship means something, then I'm all good with it. And yeah, I think so. When I was saying cruiserweight championship, I guess Jonathan was writing it at the same time, so he's like, I took the word out of off. Yeah, like, but that's what I'm saying. As long as, and we'll move on from the title talk, but this is good talk. As long as it means something, I'm cool with it. But it's hard to make it's hard to make all of the titles mean something when you have so many, and
Yeah.
that's the only thing I'm afraid of. But
That's
yes,
fair.
I would be intrigued for a trio title. I would be
That's
intrigued by
different. Yeah, I've never seen
and,
trio.
and Ray. I disagree. They have trios titles, but not in the major companies. I think Ring of Honor did it. And I'm pretty sure Ring of Honor did it. But and maybe other companies out there, maybe PWG, I believe, but not in any one of like the nationally televised shows. But see, the TNT title feels more like the European title to me. I disagree. Respectfully, of course, I disagree. I think the TNT title has more prestige at this point than the European Championship. To me. But
Yeah, you're about right.
so all right, let's keep going. Chris Jericho versus that prick MJF. If Jericho
You hate him. I love it. It's fun.
if Jericho lost, then and WCW had a trio title when they first started. Okay, I totally forgot that.
That's probably where I've seen it before then.
Okay. But yeah, so MJF being MJF had a countdown.
That was good. Okay.
That was hilarious.
You
And I hate the guy.
Say that it wasn't. It was
hilarious. First loss of the night. Yeah, well, for me it was the second because I picked MJF to win. But does it count if he did technically win and then they reversed it? They restarted the match? Fine. I know it doesn't count, but whatever. Yeah. Technicality? But anyway, so no, okay, all right. Well, anyway, I thought that was a cool touch with the countdown and then it being MJF. What a prick. But anyway, so take the L with me, Mike. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right, Jonathan. You're right. Yeah. So this was a good match. The crowd was really into this. A lot of back and forth. They did a great false finish where MJF hit the Judas effect to Chris Jericho, and Jericho had his foot on a rope at the last second, but Aubrey Edwards counted 3.
Yeah, she did.
The music played. Okay, and MJF was announced as the winner. But then that rat, that snitch, that tattletale, Paul Turner came out there and said, no, I was standing right there. I saw what happened. Jericho's foot was on a rope, right? And I'm like, oh, man. But you know what? You're not going to end Chris Jericho's career like that with his foot being on a rope and the referee not seeing it. So, Jericho made MJF tap out. I was kind of reading at the same time. And that was the match. Chris Jericho defeats MJF via submission. And yeah. Well, I'll let you say what you feel about the match, and then we'll talk about what MJF did on Dynamite tonight.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
I honestly don't remember what I predicted last week.
You predicted MJF to win.
I did. So okay, this is my first loss. This is my first loss for tonight.
Yeah. I think Ray predicted Jericho actually. So
I believe he did.
Congrats to Ray.
But yeah, I knew they wasn't gonna end his career like this. Not like this. Will MJF be the one to retire Chris Jericho? Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, Dynamite has to happen on a cruise. Jericho can't retire yet. I mean, I guess.
I am not going on nobody's boat.
Yeah.
To be on nobody's super spreader event. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You said you feel like MJF is gonna be the one to retire Jericho.
I think he should.
I think they're done, honestly.
You think they're done? You
For
think this is
now, at
it?
least. Yeah, I for now at least. It was no real indication that MJF and Jericho was gonna continue here. Chris wasn't even on the show tonight, I don't think. And
No,
yeah,
he wasn't.
and MJF looks like he's getting into it with Brian Pillman Jr. right now. So let me just say again, I am able to put my personal bias for Maxwell Jacob Freeman aside and talk about his greatness, okay, in that ring. And the kid is great. Okay, he is. He's really good at what he does. And he is a I'm sorry, I'm trying to be
I
professional.
love you said the guy, like the kid, like
Yeah. Yeah, the Jericho MJF thing is over. I think so. I think so at this point. It looks like everybody's kind of going their separate ways. I would assume. Who knows? But yeah, so okay, MJF had some words for not only Brian Pillman Jr., but Brian Pillman's daughter, who was sitting in the front row. And she had some words for him that you can't say on TNT. And I was just like, oh boy, there goes the advertisers. It's kind of like how I feel sometimes on the show, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, sorry, B.
Shade, but yes,
sorry, B. Yeah, I'm like, oh man, there goes another ad. But yeah, but anyway,
they know what they get into when they do this damn show.
They definitely do. And I wouldn't have it any other way. But anyway, so, and if they would have cut the camera like maybe a second earlier, they might have missed what she said, but it was clear and the gesture was clear.
I saw the gesture. I heard part of the
I heard, yeah, my TV was loud.
Okay.
And MJF deserved it. She should have slapped him. No, she should have slapped the taste out of his mouth. MJF also has some words for Wardlow. Yeah, MJF, thanks for helping me on Sunday. Oh, wait. So yeah, that was Wardlow tried to help, right? But then Jake Hager got involved, and so he tried to help, but I thought MJF's promo about Brian Pillman and his family, I thought that was great stuff. And I love that MJF said he called Cincinnati Shitcinnati, which is hilarious. And he said, "Oh,
it was funny."
But you marks are gonna get online and say, "Oh, that's cheap heat. It's cheap heat." Yeah, it is cheap heat. But it worked. It worked. I just like right here in Cincinnati, is a cheap pop. Like it works. It
and
works.
We love Mick Foley for doing it.
We do.
It's fine.
We do. Hold on. Overall, MJF / Jericho story was unbelievable. Unbelievably good, or just unbelievable in the literal sense? Yeah, like in the literal sense of like.
You gotta clarify, John. You gotta clarify.
Yeah. But anyway, so let's keep it going here. I am looking forward to MJF versus Brian Pillman in New York on September 22nd. So that should be really good. Okay, let's get into it. CM Punk versus Darby Allin. The crowd was going bonkers for CM Punk, and rightfully so. Yeah. But like I said on the show, they gave respect to Darby Allin. Like I think V asked would they boo Darby Allin, and I said I don't think so.
I did ask that question.
Because Darby's so over with the crowd. He didn't get booed, but the chants was not as loud for him as it was for CM Punk. And that's expected. These two had a good match. CM Punk at some points was calling it, obviously. But that's fine. Like, unless you really know what to look for, like, I'm sure nobody noticed or cared for that matter. And Darby did a great job of bumping and feeding for him. CM Punk looked good out there.
He did.
He didn't look,
a little rest, and
a little rusty at points.
It's a little rusty, but you expect that from someone who hasn't actually put on a match in 7 years.
7 years, yeah.
But I mean, for the time frame, he looked pretty good out there.
Yeah,
he did.
Hold on, I love the Five Labors gimmick. Return of the Painmaker, Juvie, Juventud, for Juventud Guerrero, the hardcore match. It was good. Okay, you meant it in a good way. Yeah, I like the
Okay.
MJF Jericho
Okay.
story because I was like, wait, okay, which way we going here? But I liked it. I liked it.
It was
I
like
enjoyed it.
it was like oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like
Yeah,
I just like
Biggie
was it a
Smalls?
good?
Yeah.
I mean, Biggie Smalls is illest. But anyway, but it's I don't know why y'all let me do this shit, but go
I
ahead,
need
Mike.
a drink. Yeah, nah, it's not. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got to get through this. So CM
Yeah.
Punk defeats Darby Allin via the GTS for the win, and it was a good GTS. It was much better.
It was
than
a
the
good,
one. But
because that last
okay,
one was a little shaky.
let me address that real quick.
That's
He
wearing
did it in
jeans.
jeans. Yes,
Yeah.
like give the guy a break. He did it in jeans. Like, so this one was much better. And credit to Darby Allin for
Yes.
selling and taking it the right way and everything like that. So they shook hands after the match. It was good. All good stuff. Okay, we had QT Marshall versus Paul White in a glorified squash match. It's pretty much what you thought it was going to be. Paul White gets the win. Nothing to really talk about there.
Yeah, no.
Let's just go to Jonathan's comment.
Yes, I really wish I would have brought that up.
Yeah,
For not wrestling him in 7 years, he looked good. I love the coffin drop counter sit up. Then he laughs. That was good.
That was funny. Yeah,
because I'm sitting there like, I'm thinking, I'm like, why hasn't anybody done that before?
Just sit up. Yeah,
it's like what?
Well, the idea is that they're too hurt to actually sit up. So, but yeah, I guess in that point of the match, CM Punk's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit up. Or you know what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of when somebody does like a crossbody off the top rope to Samoa Joe, they try to do a crossbody and Joe just like moves out the way and just looks at them and it just kind of goes like, really? I was supposed to just stand there. I was supposed to stand there. Yeah,
it's one more thing I do want to point out.
Yeah.
That somebody else on Twitter, I wish I could figure it out, but Sunday, high grade Willow-Tree, forget. But there was a reference to a really, really good match back in the day between Bret Hart and the 1, 2, 3 kid.
Yep.
That arm drag,
yeah,
so
Punk was
good.
like, yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
I really love because I forget how much Punk loves Bret.
Yeah.
So that was a good nod to him. Of course, he does his nod to Macho Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good nod because Darby Allin is the young kid, and Punk is the veteran. Yep. So when the young kid hits the veteran with something he wasn't ready for, it was like, oh, okay. I see what you're coming at me with. Okay, I can respect.
Some good chain wrestling as well. There, it was really good. It was a good match. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it. So far, I'm just looking at this card, and I haven't said that it was a bad match about anything so far. That's how good this card was.
Yeah.
And even the QT and Paul White match, you needed a cool down match. It makes sense. You need a cool down match. 5-1 on Punk win, 6-1 on Paul White. Yeah.
Me and you, Jonathan, are 6-1. We're 6-1.
So that would mean I'm 5-2 because I was wrong on the Lucha Bros. All right. Okay. Let's keep going here.
Yeah.
For the AEW World Championship, we had Kenny Black God Omega versus Christian Cage. This was good. I was a little surprised they went with Kenny versus Christian, but then I figured it out why this was happening, and it all made sense.
Whew. Wow.
Like I said, good back and forth match. Kenny won via the one-winged angel off the top rope.
The top rope. Holy shit.
And to a guy that almost never wrestled again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Props.
Ray said, I don't remember my predictions at all, but that was an amazing pay-per-view. You got a couple of them right. You got the Jericho one definitely on point. I definitely remember that. So yeah. Okay. Let's talk about what we want to talk about, what we've been waiting to talk about. Okay. So Kenny retains, right? The Elite comes out there. And because they're trying to beat up Christian Cage after the match. Jurassic Express comes out.
Mhm. Man.
And then you know what? V? Let's go to the footage. Let's go to the
Yeah,
footage.
let's roll the footages,
The
as Cardi B.
footages, as
The
Cardi
footages.
as Cardi B would say. Let's go. All right.
The only people that would ever have a chance to beat me, ever, are either not here,
I want to talk about this
they're
part.
already tired, or they are already dead.
You heard the pop from They're Already Dead. I'm going to address that in a second.
You know it's all about.
Yeah. What a pop. What a pop. All right. And I think I will stop sharing at that point before we get flagged. But yeah, what an ovation. Like, what an ovation. Adam Cole in AEW. Yeah, they pulverized.
Smashed them to smithereens.
Yeah. One of my personal favorites is they beat the dog shit out of them. That is hilarious. Yeah. But anyway, but anyway, that was amazing. Okay, the pop for Adam Cole. And I had to look around, but that's a whole nother story. But
because I heard when you said to beat the dog shit out of them, I heard that in somebody's voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's why it was funny to me.
I love that. I always love that. Can't lie. I popped for Adam Cole because I didn't see it coming. Didn't put two and two together with the Panama Sunrise from Britt. I did, but it was still an amazing moment. I was screaming in my living room when Adam Cole came out. Me too, because everybody was thinking Bryan Danielson, right?
Well,
but when boom, because it's all about that boom, when that hit the speakers and Adam Cole flashed across the screen, I was just like, whoa. Like,
I sat in my chair because hybrid military, and I was like, oh shit, this is really happening. Yep. You know what? Hold on. I have to talk to Vincent Cole. Hey, where's our camera right here?
Yeah, that one.
Y'all fucking up. And y'all fucking up. And I let people play Twitch. Let people play video games. That's how they deal. Y'all would never learn. Y'all would never learn. Because shit like this happens and then Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we'll get there. I guess
we'll get there, but we're not spending that much time on that. But so okay, Adam Cole. So let me just go back to Kenny's line about
because I missed the reference because I thought he was literally talking about like dead wrestlers. So I was like, damn, okay.
So when he said, "There's nobody better than me," either they're not here. Right, they've already retired, or please explain the reference. Right, yes, or they're already dead. Okay, let me give. We like story time with Adam Cole, baby. Right. Well, this is a history lesson with Mikey Q.
Okay.
So
the more you know.
Before Adam Cole went to the North, right? And I don't mean the North, the tag team. I mean WWE.
And not up north, like you going to jail. No,
right? No,
I mean, well,
before Adam Cole went to the WWE, he was a major part of this little group. You guys might have heard of it, the Bullet Club. And usually when somebody leaves the Bullet Club, they are kicked out for the most part. It happened to AJ. It happened to Kenny, I believe. It happened to the Good Brothers. Like it might not happen. I can't remember if it happened to the Good Brothers or not. But I know it happened to like a lot of people that was leaving the Bullet Club, like former leaders of the Bullet Club, right? Adam Cole was on Being the Elite, and they did this whole like thing, like back in like 2016 or 2015 or whatever, where they killed Adam Cole. where he died on being the elite. So Kenny saying, "Oh, they're already dead," is a reference or a playback to the fact that they killed Adam Cole. So it was like, and if you watch Being the Elite from this week, they actually said, like, they had this whole thing where they was trying to bring back Adam Cole before the event. They was trying to bring him back from the dead. So Kenny going out there and saying that they're already dead, it was a blatant shout out to Adam Cole. So that's where that whole Adam Cole, like the whole like it's already dead line comes from. They was talking about Adam Cole. Like he basically told us, yeah, it's Cole. So yeah, there you go.
The more you know. Butterfly in the sky. Anyway.
Yeah, so Adam's back from the dead is what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, Ray left a comment here. When Adam Cole came out, all I can remember is the meme when Cole was talking to Khan at a conference, and then they cut to a video of Vince McMahon running down the hallway talking about get that son of a bitch.
Get that son of a bitch. Like, I had that saved in my phone. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, yes, that was funny. But yes, Adam Cole comes out. But wait, there's more. And they could have ended the show like this.
They could have ended the show like this, but they didn't.
Exactly. Butterfly in the sky beat.
Shout outs to, I hope all of you are old enough to remember that. But shout outs to LeVar Burton. But anyway.
Yeah. So then Daniel Bryan, or excuse me, Bryan Danielson.
Man.
No more Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson comes out, and I thought the Adam Cole pop was loud. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Yeah, B's actually better at Vince's impersonations than I am. Like,
I guess
so, maybe V should do the more.
It's the connection for reason. Yeah. But man, shit, that pop. Honestly, I thought that night I thought they were getting one or the other, not both.
Yeah, I didn't think we was getting both.
I didn't think we was getting both. But when I heard that fucking trap ass beat, that fucking niggified version of the Ride of the Valkyries.
Yeah.
That fucking Wet Willie's ass version of like.
We was joking before we went live. It was like, yo, can you imagine what Bryan was saying when he heard this rap song as his new theme? I love it. Yeah, I want that one. Yeah, that one. You know
like I can't even use the ones that I've done before we started recording because it's not organic. But I'm just like, what the hell is this fucking Tootsie's ass version of?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Southside produced that beat, but I mean, listen.
Oh my God,
was 40 in the
Busted
studio?
On the beat, like busted on the beat. Like what the fuck?
Yo, it's like Bryan went to Canada and found 40 and was like, yeah, whatever you do for Drake, I want that.
Yeah,
like that one. Yeah,
like just imagine Daniel Bryan going to Timbaland and like Missy Elliott,
right?
Like,
Swizzy.
Do something with
man.
Dark Child. Like what?
Anybody that gets these producer references, we love her. Like, oh man, shout out to Dark Child.
Like a fucking flex bomb came on me for that shit.
Yo.
Funk Master Flex Night. All right. Okay, I'm done. Okay. We're done being blazing hip hop and R&B here.
Right.
But
no, but that rap theme song, I didn't hate it though. I actually kind of like it.
I didn't either. I felt myself a bankhead bounce a little bit, and I was like, that's probably because I was on the high grade military. But
I will say this: I think Adam Cole's new theme fits him way better than what it changed the theme to in NXT after the Undisputed.
Whatever that bullshit was, because the Undisputed Era one was good.
It was amazing, and I think they're trying to get that feel back with AEW. Hold on. Have you guys heard the Bryan Danielson entrance theme with lyrics? They have a lyrics version too. No, I have not heard that yet. I have to go check that out.
I
have to go check that out.
Somebody on nigga wrestling Twitter has it, and I'm gonna find it.
All right, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Brian Danielson comes out to make the save for the baby faces, all of the baby faces that's in the ring, and we go off the air with Brian Danielson celebrating with Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, Christian, and the lead. The lead. What is the lead? The elite.
I don't know.
The elite take a powder, and we go off the air. And whoa, what a pay-per-view. What a show,
Wow.
what an event. That I'm gonna go on record and say that was the best AEW pay-per-view of all time.
You know what? I'm gonna agree.
Needless to say, it's a 3-count show for me, man. I no problems here.
Keep it up there.
Yeah, it's a 3-count.
Keep it up there.
Guys in the chat, what do y'all hold on, can y'all play that part too? I need the chat. All right, hold on for 1 second. We're gonna I'm trying not to get flagged. Here's the thing, right? I'm trying to find I was trying to find the Brian Danielson pop, but I have the Adam Cole one. We definitely can play that real quick. Got you guys in 1 second. So what you think I'm gonna say? 3-count, definitely. Yeah, what you think I'm gonna say? I don't know, Jonathan. Maybe I don't know. You tapped out now. I'm playing. I'm just joking.
We're not talking about Raw.
Yeah. All right. Give me 1 second. And do we have that? Yes, we do. Let's go to it. Let's go to the footages one more time.
Ever have a chance to beat me? Ever are either not here, they're already tired, or they are already dead.
Oh. What a pop!
You know it's all about.
AEW's gonna kill me. Wow.
Whew.
It's Adam Cole, baby. All right.
Man.
Wow.
Man. You know what?
Awesome.
I'm gonna say this again. Being
King Kong Bundy 5-count. Yeah.
Okay, 3 is not enough. We need 5. But
you might need a Big E 5-count. He used to do those in NXT.
We're probably gonna need a 5-count. Yeah. Anyway, but it's so good to be a wrestling fan right now.
Yes, I agree.
When you are used to the same thing over and over again, and something different and something new comes along, you know, you're excited for it. But when that new and different thing proves to be good, and you know, they may fall, they may stumble, but when it's time to deliver, they do.
Yeah.
It's like wrestling all around is really good. I'm getting back into Ring of Honor.
I gotta get back into it.
You were the one that got me into Ring of Honor, and getting back into Ring of Honor and seeing what Shane Taylor Productions is doing.
Yeah, those are good guys. They're actually Battle Club guys.
Okay, let me just go ahead and say this right now. Again, Black Wrestling Draws.
Yeah.
It's actually, let me just go ahead because I really don't want to talk about Raw stuff, but I want to talk about this real quick. I feel like we have to say this all the time. Sorry, Jeff. But when I mean we as in Black wrestling fans, say that, hey, we should have better representation when it comes to us in the industry. We should have more, opportunities and chances to show that we're the faces of companies. We should hold titles. We should main event, and not just for one time, or not just to put over white talent, not get hoed out like Booker T did. Sorry. When we say we want better representation in that companies, and AEW is not perfect with this either.
Right.
Brandy. When we say that we want to be seen as Black people, as Black wrestlers, non-black people, listen, okay? That doesn't mean you go into people's mentions and saying, well, what if we say white wrestling draws? Of course it does. Everything is catered to you.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And at this point now, we know that you are being blatantly dense about it because you know what we mean. That's like me going to somebody, like an Asian wrestling fan saying, "Hey, we want more Asian representation in this company and that company. Not just Asuka. Not just half of Mia Yim." And I'll get to how some of you weirdos are very weird with Mia Yim, and it's fucking disgusting. But when we say that we want more, I shouldn't. Oh, going back to what I was saying, if a Asian wrestling fan was like, "Hey, we want more Asian representation in this company. One is not enough. Two is not enough. We should be able to, main event and stuff like that." Me as a black person, especially as a black Latino, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Well, you have Asuka. Oh, well, you have part of Mia Yim, and you have no." That's not something you say to people. Their feelings are valid with this, and it's mostly white wrestling fans that do this. It's like, well, you have Bianca and Sasha, they main evented. Okay, it shouldn't take 20 plus years for specifically black women to main event. We shouldn't have to wait 50 years to have a black women's champion. It shouldn't have taken until 1996 for Jacqueline to be a black women's champion just to put over Sable.
Yeah.
And when we say stuff like that, it's I'm not even gonna say it's discouraging. I'm not even gonna say that. It's fucking annoying when it's like, oh, you got this, you have Oscar. No. When we say black, we mean black. Okay, we're not grouping ourselves together with all people of color. We mean specifically black. Yeah. Because a lot of times when we say people of color, those same people of color, non-black people of color, it's like when it comes to people being black. So we're not talking about that. But stop invalidating our feelings every time we say we want black representation. Like it's really aggravating. And a lot of you were loud and wrong in not only my mentions but other black wrestling fans mentions, and as well as black wrestlers mentions.
Yeah.
Stop being so fucking dense. You know what we mean. So stop being fucking stupid about it. Like, if you want to be a blockhead somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, when we say, like, hey, this person should be signed, this is no reason why this person, is not in a main event scene or is not signed by a major company if they want to be signed by a major company. It's no reason why, we can't see these people, flourish and shine. And it is like, well, my favorite thing. Oh, it's not about race. It's about talent. So you're saying that a black talent and a white talent, when they have the same skill, you're always going to pick the white talent? I mean, granted, that's what a lot of wrestling companies do, because apparently we don't draw, because we don't cater to the main demographic. You know what that means. When Naomi said that, oh, well, they told me that, it's a specific audience and, you don't garner enough, You know what that means. As a black person, you know what that means. Or you're not marketable. I'm sorry, that was the words that she told her. You're not marketable. You know what that means. I know what that means. You know what that means, Mike.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, but Sasha Banks. Okay, so we can talk about the whole colorism thing. And I'm not saying, as a slight against Sasha or Naomi or anything. What I'm just saying, if you have Sasha and Naomi, colorism, who would be more favored? And it's like, well, it's not fair that you get to say black people, black wrestling draws, and we can't say white wrestling draws, because when we say it, because we want to see more representation. When you say white wrestling draws, is because you want to be a fucking racist.
Yeah.
Y'all do this all the time. You do this in comic books. You do this with movies. You do this with HBCUs. You do it with black Greek-lettered organizations. Oh, why can't we say this is that? Because everything was catered to you. Once upon a time, we weren't allowed. We weren't allowed to be in black schools. It wasn't until the first HBCU, which is Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, that created a space for black people to get educated. You know, in what hundreds of years and over 101 HBCUs later, you know, there's the Divine Nine, the Black Greek Letter organizations. We weren't allowed to be in your organization, so we created our own.
Right.
Oh, that's not fair. Okay, but we weren't a part of. We weren't supposed to be a part of your organization, so we have our own. Why is that a problem now? So when we say it's like y'all want to be oppressed so fucking bad,
right?
Y'all want to be oppressed so fucking bad, and it's annoying. And if you come in my mentions again with some bullshit, I'm the type to pull up. Let's just go ahead and put this out there right now. I'm the type to pull up. Don't play with me.
Okay, so
play,
we have
play with your dick. Don't play with me.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
But
it's just like annoying now, and it's been increasingly over time when it comes to us talking about how Big Swole should have, Big Swole and Diamante should have happened on actual TV. When we say, oh, these people should get more time. Oh, y'all. You did not Becky, excuse me. You did Miyaka wrong. You did Kofi wrong. It's so many people that we can name, and there's so many great black talent that's out there that should be seen. Besides Shane Taylor Productions, all of them are so good. Trisha Dora, she's fucking amazing. Oh my god. Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
Pretty Boy Smooth. It's so many great black talent out here that should be signed and making the money because they have the talent, they have the charisma, they have the moveset, they have the ability to be stars. But there's one thing that blocks us from it. And they use the excuse that we're not marketable.
Yeah.
Or black wrestling doesn't draw. Just like how women's wrestling doesn't draw.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm done.
No.
Play with somebody else. Don't fucking play with me.
Okay.
All right. Can we just talk about Raw? Shit.
Okay, so
yes.
The only thing I want to all right, so if you're a fan of
Raw was awful.
If you're a fan of tag teams, then I guess you enjoyed the show. But like as soon as I hear anything about a gauntlet or like a turmoil match or whatever, like I just automatically I automatically tap out. Ray said King V with the mic drop and gems. Yeah, facts. Sometimes like that's why listen, guys, I just let V go. You know what I'm saying? Like just let him go.
Because he's not on Twitter. He's not on Twitter like I am.
He's not
on Twitter like that. I mean, it makes my workday go back faster. But regardless.
Yeah.
But
he's cutting a shoe promo right now. I'm digging it the most. That's
I always shoot from the hip, figuratively and literally. But
all right. I got it. But anyway, so anyway.
But let's talk about how bad Raw was.
Yeah, so it was a bunch of tag team matches. It basically led up to like New Day versus Bobby and MVP, I think. And then no, it was Omos and AJ. Mm-hmm. They beat the New Day, which led to Omos and AJ versus Bobby and MVP in the main event. And Bobby and MVP won, right? Yeah, they won. So yes, they won. And it's going to be a tag team title match next week against Randy Orton and Riddle. That was pretty much the majority of the show. I do like that they actually broke up the gauntlet match because Mason T-Bar was so upset in the middle of the match that, well, I guess they lost or whatever. Not I guess, I watched it. They lost and they were so mad that they attacked both Mansoor and Ali. Mm-hmm. And then they attacked the New Day as well. So they had to like break up the gauntlet. Digging the New Day tribute to the Outsiders. Yeah, that was cool. That's the only thing about Raw I like. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So okay. So that happened. The whole tag team stuff. You said I'm getting tired. Sorry, guys. It's late here on the East Coast. But
and we talk about Raw.
Yeah, right. It's just made me sleepy out of nowhere.
It's real sleepy in here.
Yeah. So that was most of Raw. And you had, let me see what else you had on that show. Charlotte and Nia had their match, and we're getting a Shayna and Nia breakup thing again. Charlotte retained her title. They got a little aggressive in there at the beginning, and then it was like they got a little aggressive, and then they was just like, all right, you ready to work now? Okay, cool. Like let's work now. Like you got your punches in that you needed to? Okay, cool. Let's work now. And they were, because Nia even caught Charlotte on a moonsault, and that shows to me that Charlotte trusted Nia to catch her. So it's like I said, look, sometimes with coworkers, sometimes you just gotta fight it out a little
knock
bit.
them out. Shit,
hey,
I mean, don't
don't knock out all your
don't listen to me.
Snooze manifesto. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was cool. Alexa got a huge pop when she came out there after the match with Charlotte. Like, I thought that was cool. We're going towards Charlotte and Alexa. I think that's cool. I like the fact that the Hurt Business is in position to possibly have all the titles. Let's give MVP another US title run. Let's do another male version of Sasha and Bailey. I'm serious too. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I mean, it'd be cool, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't see it. I think Bobby beats Randy Orton at Extreme Rules, but Matt Riddle and Randy beat Bobby and MVP next week. I think the match is signed for next week, so I think they retain the tag team titles, but Bobby retains his WWE Championship. I also like Drew and Sheamus. Drew takes another loss. 2 weeks in a row, Drew McIntyre loses. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Was it a little bit of a heel tease there too? Because he being Drew, pronouns pal.
Pronouns pal. Okay, this is time to proceed the
show. Don't worry, we'll have merch available soon. All right, we'll talk about that.
Okay,
but we'll lie pal and pronouns pal. But anyway, yeah, I'm digging the Drew teases of him turning heel, because it's been a couple of little things that I've seen over the last few weeks that it's like, is Drew turning heel? And he lost clean to Shane. Well, no, he had his tights pulled, but still, like, it is what it is, still a loss. And then he attacked Sheamus after the match like a heel. So MVP beating Damian Priest. That's a no for me, dog. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't think MVP needs another title run. I mean, he's MVP's there to be the mouthpiece and the manager for Bobby Lashley, and it works. It works. That's really all I got with Raw. Like, I really don't care about anything. I don't care about the 24/7 title. I don't care about anything. I mean, okay, Drew. I mean, Drake Maverick is back on the show, but okay, whatever.
I guess.
But yeah, I didn't care about anything else on the show. So one count for me.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be real.
Was it tap out for Ray? Sorry.
Yeah. I mean,
tapping out.
I tapped out.
Is it like one of those like vehemently like I'm out, or it's just like reluctantly like you know what I'm saying? Like
I legitimately tapped out maybe hour two.
Hold on. I gotta put something. I didn't watch Robo because I'm still on protest.
Yes, the protest.
And Jonathan said the 24/7 title started to Olympic gymnastics. Yes.
I will say this. Reggie is very, very athletic. And that's all I got.
Jonathan's on a roll here. Like Ray too, but Jonathan's on a roll here. As JR would say, I'm tapping like a
drunk man.
Oh, man. All right. Well,
and that was awful. It was awful.
Rawful. It was rawful. Hashtag. Yeah, rawful. No?
No.
I mean, I didn't make it up.
I'll explain why later. No. This is the okay. Well, okay. You guys.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. I think we are about to get out of here though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, NXT happened last night, but you know, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, NXT. I will say this: the only match that I honestly say that I enjoy.
Yeah, but V said no, so I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know. Jonathan sees what I did
the-
there. I don't know. I didn't make it up. I saw that somewhere, and I just like kind of ran with it.
The
So
only match that I can say I really didn't like was Kaylee Ray versus Ember Moon, which
thought that was
opened the
dope.
show.
Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Carmelo Hayes and Santos Escobar was really good.
Yeah.
That new part of Diamond Mine. Oh,
yeah, they're impressive.
oh.
They're impressive.
I saw him get thrown. I saw one of them get thrown out. I mean, he threw somebody out. I was like, oh.
I just don't care about Diamond Mine really, like to be
neither.
honest. But like, yeah, they're impressive, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't really care about Diamond Mine too much. And the main event was cool, you know.
Yeah.
MSK, those are my boys, you know. So MSK and Danny and Orny, and then they got turned on, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the show, by Pete Dunne and Rich Holland, and that was pretty much NXT.
They have a match. Frankie Monet and Lady Maga are going 1-on-1 for the women's title next
I prefer
week.
Magacita, but
I mean, well,
Magacita's hilarious.
Magacita, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. NXT is supposed to be revamped. I don't know how to feel about that because apparently it's being taken over by Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. Rest in peace, NXT.
Yeah. I said that like last night's show might have been the last show that I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be like Raw 2.0 or like Raw Underground. Remember that?
Oh, I'm trying to forget. Why would you do that? It happened.
Velocity. Sunday Night Heat. But
hey, I have a
Sunday Night Heat was good.
I have a special place with Velocity. I was one of the only ones that watched it like every Saturday at 10 o'clock at night when nobody else was watching it.
Because Saturday at 10 o'clock I was doing something else.
We were kids.
But I was doing something. I was asleep.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
Shotgun Saturday night. Oh man.
Wow, throwing it back.
Yeah.
But seriously, we really enjoyed everybody in the comments.
Of course.
We're gonna go ahead. You guys are
great. We gotta get you guys back on the show.
Yes.
You know, I know Jonathan was asking about we was doing guests. We will do that again. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got to get you guys both on.
Yeah, because it is really fun. Really enjoy you guys. But for now, we're gonna get ready to sign out here. So you can find us, of course, on everywhere you get your podcasts at, and Twitter for the show is what is it? Is Go for the Pin Show. There we go. And on Instagram is Go for the Pin _show.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, it is King V _the ruler on Instagram and _Watch My Throne on Twitter.
And for yours truly, it's Mike _EQ on Instagram and on Twitter. I almost forgot what I was gonna say there. It's DJ Mike EQ. And no, I have not been drinking tonight. Thank you guys.
Not tonight. But another thing, since we didn't get a chance to talk about it next week. Next week, King V will be on vacation.
Yeah. We might be preempted.
If any
well, no, I'm saying the show might be preempted. Yeah.
We are either gonna I'm not doing this with you today, but we're either gonna pre-record something for you guys or have the show come out late.
Yeah.
Which is probably on whenever we can the following week. But no show Tuesday unless we pre-record something. So we may or may not be late next week.
Yeah.
Or we may or may not pre-record something for you guys. We thought about some things here. We might use that for the future if there's schedule conflicts and we're not able to record live and stuff like that. We'll post it for you guys on Twitter and wherever else you find us and shit. So that's TBD. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
But you have anything to say, Mike? Anything else before we dip out?
No, just I'm looking forward to Adam Cole's first match next week on Dynamite. He's going up against Cass, Frankie Kazarian. So that should be good. And guys, stay safe.
Yep.
And we will see y'all next time on
Yes. Yep. And remember, Black Wrestling draws. Be mad about it.
Good night, everybody.